Hey, JD, how's it going today? I've been seeing you all around. How is it going? Greetings to you. Are you having a marvelous Monday? Hey, Rizza, hadn't seen you in quite some time. Haven't seen you in a while. Rizza, good to see you. JD, you said you're taking it easy today. All is well, so that's great to hear. Easy, easy. I'm kind of like trying to do the same thing, but I know I needed to hop up here today. I needed to get up here. So Matt, you've gone to Sam. That's right. Essay. Hey, what's going on with you? I haven't seen you in a while either. Long time no hear. And I said the last couple of times, I was kind of like on a roll, coming consistently. So I need to do my best to try to keep this going. And I said, let me go ahead and hop up here now because we have the fair in town, and I'm going to go out there around 4-ish. So I said I might as well just come up here, essay, and JD, Rizza, just to see what you good folks were up to and just to see if you are having a marvelous Monday. And if you're not, to encourage you to try to turn this day around to make sure it is marvelous. And so, are you off today? Or are you working? Or just getting off? Good to hear from you as well, SA. I promise I'm trying to get it back up and moving. And you should have some things in the works too, right? You should have some things in the works. So we can get on this sideline and kind of cheer you on as well. Always good to hear from you. And I'm busy in the morning times. I can't hop on with Auntie. Well, I'm listening most of the times, but I have to drop my little great nieces off at school. My niece started a new job and trying to help her out with the children. Hey, Z Adams, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going your way, Z Adams? Okay, I'm getting a part of my house. Okay, you got some renovation going on. I kind of need to do the same thing. We need to do a little something here. I know you can't wait until that is done to see the finishing product. So it's good to know that everything y'all make sure. Okay, I see someone has two people have participated in the poll that they're having a marvelous Monday. And if you're not, I wanted to get up here just to remind you to make sure that you turn that day around and make it into a marvelous day. Should have been up a little bit sooner, but what better time than now? So let me ask you all this. Do you all know? Okay, things are going well to be a Monday. I know Mondays can be kind of rough for some reason. And I always try to figure that reason out. I actually believe that reason was because we're coming off this 3-day or sometimes 4-day weekend, a long weekend. JD is showing everybody some love there. So let me ask you all this. JD is saying hi to the chat. What are your thoughts about the Pete Diddy? What are your thoughts about the sentence that he received? Do you think it was a bit too much? Do you think it was not enough? Do you think the judges should have gone with time served already? Okay, JD is saying greetings to Z Adams. Greetings. So what are your thoughts about that? A lot has happened, I think, since I actually came live to be able to talk to you all. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you think it was a fair sentencing? Do you think it should have been less? Do you think it should have been more? Or do you actually think that it should have been gone down as time already served? Or are you one of those people like, well, I can care less? Okay, see, Adams is showing some love back to JD. You think it was too much? Okay. But I had read that it could have been, say, up to 11 years. He could have received up to 11 years. Apologies. Okay, a noisy buzz. Okay. Just following the chat hugs. Okay. No worries at all, JD. None at all. Yeah, but my thing, essay, I was like, well, it could have been a whole lot more. It could have been a sentence of 11 years. And four is much, 4.5, I mean, 4 and some months. So I don't know. I hadn't been following it a whole lot. Because I just felt like P. Diddy, that money had gone to his head and he felt like he was above the law. So I don't know if they just used that time being in there. Maybe that's why it was not a full 5 months or more. I don't know. I don't know. I thought, okay, they were going to treat him like Kelly. Wow, they threw the book at Kelly. They threw the book at him. Exactly. I don't even know how much more time will he have to serve. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they still got to realize you got to follow the law. And this is just my opinion. But it seems like the law, is written for people that look like us. I'm included in the us. And we just can't get too high and mighty. We can't. I heard a witness wrote the judge and said the prosecution put pressure on her and she wanted to change her statement. Hmm. So who is that? Essay is that Cassie? Cassie wanted to change her statement. I heard okay, one of the witness. Okay, could have been either one of. Okay, a witness. Okay, wrote the judge and said. Okay, she was put under pressure by the prosecution, and she wanted to go back and renege. Okay, I'm sure they frowned on that. I am sure. I am sure. I pray he change. And that's exactly what I've been. Hopefully, he will learn from this. Hopefully, he will learn a lesson from his actions. Hopefully, he will learn a lesson from these mistakes. Hopefully, he will just learn a lesson from this situation and, have a different outlook on how with the decisions that he make and how he goes about treating people as well. Hey, Tails, welcome in. Welcome in. I pray you, okay, I read that. Okay, I'm not sure which one. Okay, but not, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I guess there were probably a whole list of them. So, but at the end of the day, hopefully he will change. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on with you? Hello, Dr. J in chat. Okay, you're at the gym. Just wanted to pop in. Thank you. Look, get that sweat going. Get that sweat going. I totally understand. I totally understand. I had planned, Stephanie, to come up here a little bit sooner, but I couldn't make it happen. So I said, let me go ahead and jump up here now and get this clock to moving and see what kind of results we can get. So hopefully I will see you a little bit later, Stephanie. Okay, how long? I don't know. You mean Kelly? Are you referring to Kelly or Diddy? Essay. I know they added. Okay, I figured when they gave that 4 years and some months, I kind of felt like they probably took in consideration that time already served. So instead of fussing and pleading, he should be like, thankful, thankful, thankful. Did he? I don't know. I think he was arrested. Was it like last July? I want to say, don't quote me on this, that it's probably been just a little over 1 year, but I'm not for certain. Like I said earlier, I really hadn't been following it a whole lot. I hadn't been that much into it. After I had read that Diddy had the audacity to draw his hand back, don't know if it was true. I was not there. You know, you can read anything. But from what I read, that he actually laid hands on his mom and said that he slapped his mom uh, some time ago. I don't. That didn't sit with me well. So I don't follow. All I can say, if I had to give him or communicate with him in any type way, I would say, you should be thankful and hopefully you will learn from the decisions that you have made in the past. And hopefully moving forward, you'll have a different mindset and learn how to treat people a little bit better. And of all people, you gotta respect mom. You have to. And maybe that's why he had no problems from that video. And this is just my own opinion. The way he treated Cassie at that motel in that video. If you laid hands on, if you don't respect mom, you're not going to respect not too many other women that you come in contact with. But that's just my opinion again. That's just my opinion. As say, hey, Tina. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tina is showing some love there. I heard a correction officer say he's treated. I can believe that. I can kind of like believe that. Possibly because don't they have a different set of jails for the rich and the poor? There's a jail for the rich and maybe one for the poor? Or the haves and the have-nots? I'm sure, essay. Even when Martha Stewart went, I think, and Bill Cosby, some of these people are not put in a regular jail cell. I don't know about Kelly because he's in there making songs and doing all that different stuff that he has going on. The drugs, out of his mind. Okay. Okay. JD is showing Tina some love, blessings, and greetings. She's saying hi. Tina says blessings and peace, JD. It's good to see you. Okay, he's in a bad one. Now, who? Do you think Kelly is in a bad one, or are you referring to Diddy? Okay, JD says amen, Tina. Okay, Tina said blessings and peace, JD. It's good to see you. Who's in one of the bad jails? Hey, Tracy. What in the world is going on? Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Blessing. Okay, Tracy is showing everybody some love. Okay, both of them. And from some of the pictures I kind of seen with I saw some pictures somewhere I was reading up. I had read a story on R. Kelly where he was making music, singing. Seems like he was hanging out with some ordinary people. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I really hadn't been, you know, really too involved or too interested in those. And with Kelly, I just don't know. Mental illness, and that's a different story. Mental illness is real, when you have older men, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old being attracted to girls that's not old enough, girls, 10, 11, 12, 13. Do you think that's a mental? Do you think that's do you think people like that are mentally stable? So I said all that to say I didn't take that much interest in, the cases a whole lot. I don't know whether that was right or wrong, but I didn't take interest. Like I said, when I did that reading and read that Kelly, like I said, don't know if it was true or false. It's not there. Just go by what you see in black and white. And actually, I don't know if anybody else has even heard that or read it, that he actually slapped his mom. That's a huge no right there. So I kind of lost interest in kind of like sort of what was going on with Diddy and with Kelly, those underage girls. And then I don't know even the story with Michael Jackson. Do you fault them? Do you fault the parents that know that these grown men have these type problems going on? Why would you go and leave your children with those type people when it's been kind of like alleged that, you know, they like underage girls and boys? Or do you think, they equally share the responsibility of the harm that's brought to those children? So it's just, you can conversate on that for days and days and days to come. I feel like the system isn't fair. I feel like sometimes it's rules and laws are made for people that look like me, I mean, we still, okay, well, absolutely. I wonder how long will we be waiting for those Epstein files? How long do we have to wait? I wonder. Hey, Miss Ruby, welcome in Inspiration and Positivity Talk. She says, hey, Dr. J and Chat. Thank you for stopping by to check up on us. Kelly was violated as a child by family. Okay, she should have gotten help a long time ago. I agree. And see what these older, mean men, and every now and then a woman, they don't realize, when they do those type things, when they violate these children, it kind of like destroys them. It does something to them mentally, and it affects their lifestyle, whether we want to believe that or not. So I can agree with that. And then also, yeah, I guess if he had gotten help, he would have known to say, okay, it was done to me, and it didn't feel right. So but I guess if he had gotten the help, he would, probably think more like that. So why go and interrupt somebody else's life? It didn't feel right to me. I know it was not right. So I'm not going to impose or bring those type negative feelings on another child. But that's just me thinking. Welcome. Okay, Miss Ruby, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, Miss Ruby. I needed to get up here and get this clock to ticking. I needed to tick longer than I'm actually able to have it tick today. But I do plan to stay up here for about another 30 plus 12, about another 42 minutes or so. I do appreciate you all stopping by. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So, what do you all, or is there anybody in the chat? Any of you, or do you know anyone who has been directly affected by the government shutdown? Or is there anyone directly impacted by the government shutdown that's in the chat? Hopefully now. Oh, I'm jumping around. Let's see what you have here. Essay. Let's see. Before I hop to something else. Like I said, a lot has taken place since the last time we've spoken. I feel like the system. Okay, I read that one. Hey, Dr. J, inspiration. Kelly was violated as a child. Okay, I read that one. Okay. Pattern of destruction that now their kids will have to deal with from their fathers. Yes, I agree. I do agree with that essay as well. Pattern of destruction that now their kids will have to deal with. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's like, when does it end? When does it stop? Very sad case. Sad, sad, sad. And those are some selfish acts too. If you sit and think about it, those are selfish acts. Very selfish, in my opinion. Very, very selfish. And I wonder, essay that he's locked away in prison. You know, I don't know how that works. If he hadn't gotten any help, you know, when he was up and he was rolling in the dough, I don't know what are the chances of him receiving any type of counseling services while he's in prison. He has more time on his hand. Maybe that will be offered to him. I don't know. I don't know. So I guess time will tell. Time will surely tell. So what about the government shutdown? Do you all know anyone that has been directly affected by the government shutdown? Or any of you? Oh, yes. You're right. Time will tell. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am, SA. But hopefully, just finger crossed that he will have a chance to get some type counseling services so that whenever he is set free, he too, will have a different mindset. And once he's back in the dating game, he will, select mates that are of age and not underage. Okay, you don't know anybody. Okay. But hopefully once he's out, he will have a different mindset. Hopefully both guys will. Both Kelly and Diddy. This time being locked down, they can do some soul searching. They can do some soul searching. No one seeks healing, just pass hurt around. That's what it seems like, Tracy. That's exactly, and then so that slogan might be true. They say hurt people hurt others. No one seeks healing, just pass the hurt around. Yes, you hurt me, so I'm gonna go out and hurt somebody else. I got hurt. Okay, let's say it's showing Tracy some love. Hurt people, they go around and hurt other people. Hurt people hurt people. So So that means it will never end. Just a cycle. It does not come to an end. And that's what I said about Kelly. You know that you felt violated. You know that that was not a good feeling. You know that those things that happened to you as a young boy, those things were not right. So why? But like I said, I guess, if he would have gotten the treatment that he needed, the mental treatment, maybe he would have had a different opinion or a different way of going about doing things or refusing to inflict that hurt onto somebody else. But instead of saying, okay, it was done to me, it hurt me, so I am going to hurt somebody else or inflict the pain onto somebody else that was inflicted on me 30 25, 30 years ago. I don't know. Dr. J, what happened to the young boy? Well, you know that that was dang it, Carmelo Anthony. His trial is set for next year. They are going to trial him and they are looking at the death penalty for him as a they're going to try. Well, he is an adult now, but yes, I think I last shared information on that months ago. Camilo Anthony is the young man. Let me see. That's been a while since I talked about that essay. Let's see if I have my notes right here. Um. Oh yes, we hadn't talked about that since like June. I think it was June essay. Uh. Yes, they're going to. He was tried. He's charged with first degree murder. I think I mentioned that. Yeah, over that dispute. So they are giving, I guess, the attorneys and everybody like one whole year to get their evidence and everything together for court. So that's going to be an interesting one too. He's facing life, of course, in prison. Yep, yep. The death penalty was off the table, and they are looking at life in prison if he is found guilty. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, we hadn't talked about that. I think that came out in June. Yeah, they want him to receive life in prison is what they want Camelo Anthony to receive, not the death penalty. They just want him to sit there and rot and pass away if he is found guilty. Yes, death. Okay, okay. JD has some hearts posted there. Okay. Yes, that's what's going on with that. What else has happened? Okay, they're not talking about the Charlie Kirk case anymore. Pretty much just the P. Diddy that just came out a few days ago. And they're just talking about the government shutdowns or hot off the press topics now. And y'all know also, keep in mind too, that October is observed as Breast Cancer Awareness Month too. So keep those that's battling or those that, the people that are in remission, those patients in your thoughts and prayers. And just keep in mind that none of us are exempt. None of us are exempt from receiving that same information. So you have to always be proactive and you got to get routine checkups. Okay, SA. Okay. All righty. JD, what do you all celebrate? Is October celebrated in your country as Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Do y'all celebrate October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month over in your country? If you're still here, JD, because it's observed in the States. Are you still here, JD? I guess not. But anyway, those of you that are in the United States, I did just want to remind you that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know how. Hey, Tina. Hey, Tina. Oh, okay. Okay. I was asking JD if she was still here, if she was still in the chat. I asked do they observe Breast Cancer Awareness Month in their country? But I guess she stepped away as well. I came through your chat for a minute. Was it yesterday or was it today? I think it was last night, Tina. I need to be on here a little bit more myself, trying to get those that watch time up, but time will not always allow for that. So I try to get up here when I can make it happen. I try to get up here when I can make it happen. Okay. Yep, it would be great if I could afford to, meaning if I had the time to get up here. Hey, Nisabu. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, and I visited your home as well. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but I think I did that last night. I stopped by. I stopped by your place. I most certainly did. I appreciate. Okay, you did. Okay, I appreciate you stopping by. I do. I do. I do. And I shared. I wish that I had the time. I wish I could have. I could actually get up here a little bit more. I really need to be up here about 3 times per day, but there's no way possible. No way possible. I guess I could, but I would be dog tired, and we don't want that to happen because we got to make sure we protect. We gotta protect our mental, put our mental state first. But I do. I need to be up here a little bit more than what I just don't have that kind of time to devote. But if I could get up here at least about twice a day, 3 times wouldn't hurt, but at least twice a day is what I need to try to make happen. I don't know how, but so I'm good. But until I can make that happen, I'm going to have to be satisfied. I'm going to have to settle for this one time per day right now. Nisabu say, okay, I take my time. Oh yes, absolutely. I think that's look. I think that's what I'm doing too. I'm just taking my time because I mean, I'm just doing what I'm able to do. So I just have to face those facts, and life just happens. I mean, ended up falling off. I'm just trying to get back up here. The last week or so, I think I fell off the bandwagon for about five, 3 to 5 months, I believe. But I'm trying to get some consistency back going. But like I say, life happens. Life just be lifing. Sometimes life has been lifing here in the United States, in my state, and right here at my address. So I got to when I finish with this, I gotta go. Our local fair is in town, and with the fair we have election is coming up next year, and I got to go out there, and I have to do some volunteer work out there, trying to get things set up for the next election that's coming up, if that makes any sense. So, let's see, what did I miss? Okay, Z Adams said, okay, my mom passed of breast cancer. Oh, wow. Okay. So we as women, okay, we need to get our regular year. Absolutely. And as I come on, I have to make myself a note to try to remind everyone of that. That was one of the important notes that I had written down, hot off the press. And that's what I'll start trying to include when I come up and do come on to do my chit and chats. That was on my list, to just not let us forget the importance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is celebrate, observe here in October. I wanted to mention that about Puff Daddy because he had not been sentenced since the last time, a couple of days ago, but last time I came up here and we did a chit chat. And I think maybe that afternoon, the government went into a shutdown. So those were 3 things that I wanted to kind of like talk about. But yes, breast cancer awareness, that is a very important point. Like Tracy said, Z Adams, we as women need to get our regular yearly checkup. I couldn't have said that any better myself. So let's make sure, ladies, we make sure you're doing those home routines, and you go, if you are of age, you make sure that you are getting those yearly mammograms or whatever it is that your OBYGN or your medical doctor or whomever is encouraging you to do. And I share that experience with you, Z Adams. My mom also passed at an early age from breast cancer. And what we had to start doing, uh, I think we started with our mammograms at about maybe 30. You know, when you have to go in and then they find out your family history. I think we started at about in our 30s. We started in our 30s, about early to mid 30s. We started having mammogram, and like I said, I don't know if you were in here, Z Adams, but I did say that encourage everybody to keep those that are battling or those that are in remission, those patients, keep them in your thoughts and prayers, because none of us are exempt. And I'm speaking facts now. None of us are exempt. We're all just a doctor appointment, a doctor visit away from getting that same news. So it's just been by the grace of God that, we have not received that news or that report. And guess what? I'm thankful for that. And we just have to give thanks. But none of us are exempt. So you got to always be proactive. I shared that. I don't know if you were here. Get those routine checkups. So I repeat what Z Adams just said. We as women need to make sure we get our regular yearly checkup. And just always remember, you are not exempt. You are not exempt. I am not exempt from it. So that's very important. And then throughout the month, I will do my best to try. Like I said, I try to write down those important facts so that I can share them when I come on, just in case somebody hadn't had a chance to hear about them or talk about them. Okay, Black people. Okay, hey, good afternoon and blessings to you as well. Black people are the chosen Israelites of God. Okay, okay. Black people are the chosen. Okay. All right, welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure also, I forgot to mention, but I think Nightbot has been reminding everybody, y'all, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you don't mind, it's free. All you gotta do is gently tap it. Um, and also hit that like button, that thumbs up. That would be great. A girl would really, really, really appreciate it. I'm going to start looking for health insurance. Absolutely. Have you tried online? Nisabu, have you tried online? Try online. Have you tried United Healthcare? Because now I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I think United Healthcare, they're pretty good. I had thought about a few months ago changing over because we used to have United Healthcare on our jobs, but with the state, they're always looking for the easy and the cheapest way out, and they changed over to Blue Cross Blue Shield. But everybody that I've spoken to, they've said, and even some of the doctor's office, they have said too, United Healthcare, does a little bit more than what I currently have. So you might want to check United Healthcare. Okay, yes, and it won't. Who wants a lump sum? Are you referring to Blue Cross Blue Shield? You're gonna start looking for health insurance, and you say yes, and they want a lump sum. You're probably referring to a lump sum, but look into and I don't know. Maybe you're referring to United Healthcare wanting a lump sum. Okay, Black people are the chosen Israelite of God. Okay. Okay. Your name is Ezekiel. Maybe easier for you. Okay, yes, either or, but I can read your name. It's yeah, but that's okay. I'm just glad that you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, you've already subscribed to you. Okay, for several days. Well, good. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Okay, I do appreciate that, and thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for that support. Okay, the ones I've talked to. Okay, okay, not Blue Cross. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. So they won't do like the monthly. Um, you said they want a lump sum, so they want it all at one time. They want you to pay the premium up for the whole year. They want you to pay quarterly, every 6 months, or what? I thought most of the times they would let you do it monthly, maybe like a bank draft or a credit card draft or something like that. Okay, they want a deposit. Gotcha. Okay, okay. Huh. Dr. J, you are welcome. Okay. I do appreciate you, Ezekiel, or Black people are the chosen Israelites of God. You have to tell me one day how you came up with your name there. That's pretty cool, though. And thank you for subbing, and thank you also for being here. Are you a content creator? Do you create content too? Ezekiel, Black people are the chosen Israelite. You're welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for hanging out. You are welcome. And I'm going to be up here for a few more minutes. We'll be up here for a few more minutes. And look, we will head in a different direction after that. And we might do another chit and chat this week. We might do another chit and chat. I know Wednesday and Thursday, I have a project that I have to do out of town. So I don't know what it will look like Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm going to do my best to try to come back. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Maybe tomorrow. Like I said, I might not be able to make it Wednesday and Thursday. We'll just have to see what happens. What are we having for lunch today? When the fair is in town, if you go, you already know what lunch looks like if you're out on the grounds of the fair. So who's having something good? A sub sandwich would be good today. A sub sandwich would be good. I'm thinking, well, it'll probably be more so dinner for me because we had a late breakfast today. So I don't know. A sub sandwich would be good today. What do you have in mind? Nisa Boo, what do you have in mind for lunch today? I'm thinking about, oh, okay, an omelet. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So are you working from home today? So you'll be able to make an omelet, or will you be able to go by the Cracker Barrel or Waffle House or somewhere to pick it up? Or will you do one of those old fashioned? Okay, cheese and turkey. Sounds good to me. And wrap it up. Uh-oh. Okay, I also have women in my family who have breast nasty C word too. Wow. Yes, yes. I think all of us, Black people, are the chosen Israelites of God. All of us know of someone who has been affected by, as you call it, that breast nasty C word. Yes, all of us know somebody. So, but they always say, not just with this nasty C word, but any of those nasty C words, that early detection, if you can catch it in time, is most likely you can beat it. So that's why we got to make sure we, do the home test, and whatever tests that your doctors are recommending that we get, and just try to catch it in time. I never seen it stated that way. The breast nasty C word. I like that one, the breast nasty C word. So gotta just try to do our part, and let's try to catch it in time, and let's get that medical attention that we need. Absolutely. Chick speaks. Hey, I hadn't seen you in quite some time. Chick is here showing everybody some love. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for popping in. It's been it's been a while, and I'm trying to get some consistency going back here is what I'm trying to do. Cause life, like I said, Chick has been life, and so I'm trying to get things back moving. I kind of like being I kind of fell off the bandwagon for about maybe about 3 to 6 months. So I'm trying to get things back moving. Like I said, life has been life in here in the country, in the state, at my address, and just one thing after another. But we're trying to get things back moving in the right direction. Okay, you've been on vacation last week. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I need to go check out. Okay, please do stop by. Check me out. Check me out. We just got to get things back up and moving in the right direction. Happy to hear your voice. Took a mental break. Oh, and that we do need. We have to protect that mental. We have to protect that mental. I totally understand. Totally, 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 totally understand that. There's a lot going on. Absolutely. Absolutely. That mental piece is so very important. I used to didn't understand what the older folks used to say. I tell you that mind is a terrible thing to waste too. But we have to protect it. We have to protect it. There's a whole lot going on. And like I said, I have just two or three things hot off the press to just remind everyone of. We talked about the P. Diddy early. That's been all over the news. I didn't bring Charlie Kirk up a whole lot because, that's kind of passed over, even though it's still being talked about more so over social media. I think it's still being talked about, but I think I mentioned that during my last live, but these things have happened, and I haven't even touched the surface of those things that you report on, Chick. But the smaller things, I reminded everybody. I think you just came in on the part when I reminded everybody that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and to just make sure that everybody, let's try to keep those battling, or those people, that those patients that are in remission. Let's just keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And I also should share that um, none of us are exempt, and those are facts. None of us are exempt from receiving that news. It's just been by the grace of God that you know it has not come knocking. It has not come knocking, on our door. And I can speak for me. I am extremely grateful, but always be proactive and make sure, like Z Adams said, we got to make sure we get our routine checkups, and even with the breast, since we're talking about breast cancer awareness being observed in October. Luckily, we can kind of like do one at home ourselves too, to try to keep a watch on everything. And they always say, what I've always read is early detection. Early detection can actually save our lives. And we talked about, I think I had a poll up there too, asking, talking about Puff Daddy. Of course, he was sentenced 4 years and some months in jail. And we kind of talked about whether or not you think that was too much, that was not enough, time served should have sufficed, or should he, have not received any time. So we kind of like hit on that. Um, and I also asked, Do you know anyone who has been directly affected by the government shutdown? Or is anyone, was there, and there was nobody in the chat that had been directly impacted by the government shutdown, which it seems like it might last another week or two. But anyway, just to remember to keep Americans, if you don't know anybody or if you were not affected by it, we know that some of our citizen families out there are. But remember to keep them in your thoughts and prayers as well. Times are hard and folks need their money. And just like it's not being taken seriously anymore. But those are the things that I hit on hot off the press. And what I do to get away from some of that content stuff, to stop, not always talking about literacy, not always talking about attendance or absenteeism, not always talking about uh, the report cards for the school, or not always talking about the Department of Education. Like you said earlier, we have to get away from that sometimes. You kind of like have to take step back and take a breather from it. So I end up doing some chit and chats, and this is what this is, chit and chat. We kind of like talk a little bit about this and a little bit about that. So that's what we are doing today. I think the last content that I shared, we talked about the very last one, the device usage that the White House administration felt like students were spending too much time on their electronic device. So we did some dialogue about that, and I've shared some information on literacy too. But when it comes to that reading and digging and diving into that type stuff, you have to protect your mental and get away from that too. So we're just doing a little chitting and chatting today. Okay. So black people are the chosen Israelite. Okay, you do. You have a page. Okay, got you. Okay, your information has been dropped there by Nightbot. Okay. Okay, Chick was showing black people are the chosen Israelite of God. Some love. Hey, black people. Okay. Trying to see what I missed. Look out for me. Okay, Car Chronicles in the morning at 8 o'clock. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. Okay. Okay, I will. I'll be on the lookout for you. There's a lot going on. Take your breaks. After a whole lot going on. Too much to even keep up with. Too much to keep up with. But that's where we are, and we've been chitting and chatting about that. Oh, and hot off the press too. But I mentioned him in my last one, the Trey Reed story. We talked about that. Keep that family in your prayers as well. Um, whether he was unalived by somebody else, or whether he unalived himself. I know those parents are still his family. They're still looking, seeking answers. I know they have being Crump, is on the job. So, blessings up to them, blessings out to them. I just can't even begin to imagine. I can't begin to imagine. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that story unfolds as well. It really is. So that was another one that was hot off the press. And I think that kind of like was going, I kind of like shared, we kind of like talked about that during the chit and chat when we share information on the um, Charlie Kirk story. And that type stuff, I really don't talk a whole lot about, but good gracious, like Chick just said, there's so freaking much going on. Sometimes you have no other choice. I don't really go in depth with that type stuff due to the fact that I have to protect my mental. I really like the education side of things, and that can get to be a little bit much from time to time. So, but when I do my chit and chat, I will dip and dive a little bit in this and a little bit into that, but not, I don't go digging down too deep into it. But it's important enough, I guess, just to mention. Just to mention, I just do that surface level part when it comes to certain stuff. But when it's trending, I like to hit on it. Black people are the chosen Israelite of God. I do believe in God. Yes, yes, I do. I do. Yes, sir, I do. I do. I do. Would not have made it this far in life without it. Yes. Yes, to answer your question, I do believe in God. Hmm. Things are not my life, I guess. My spiritual life, I would say, I guess that's the best way to put it. It's not where it needs to be or where I desire it to be. It's better than it used to be. And there's still room for growth and improvement, if that response makes any sense to you. Hopefully it does. Still, I'm a work in progress. There's still room for improvement. Still room for improvement. Surely is. But I'm going to stay up here for about another 3 minutes. And I'm going to get off and kind of shift gears and get ready to head in another direction. But like I said, I'm kind of trying to rebuild, trying to bring about some consistency and try to get this channel to move in the right direction and get some time in. So when I come on, I at least try to do 30, 45 minutes, at least an hour. Every now and then, we might go over an hour, but if I can get that good solid hour in, I am doing good. Really wish, like I started out with, that I had time to come up here 2 or 3 times a day, but there's no way. I just haven't been able to make it happen. So I just told myself, Doctor, you're just gonna have to do what you can do, Dr. J. Do what you can do. And as of right now, 1 hour pretty much is what I can do. So until I can shave off some time to give a little bit more, if I just can be faithful with this 1 hour, that means I think things will be headed in the right direction. So that's what I have devoted to so far, to just try to get that hour in. So I do appreciate you all stopping by, showing the girls some love on this marvelous Monday. I really came up here to stop by to check and see if you were having a marvelous Monday, and if not, to try to encourage you to turn your day around so that you can have a marvelous Monday. So it was good to hear that most of you things are going well for you. So of course that was good to hear. Okay, good job. Listen at you. Look, I survived. Look, thank you for hanging out with me too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you coming on later today, Lisa Boo? Or will you be over there with Elevated or Ryan later? I'm sure I will see you around. I really need to, because I think you were on with Mimi last night. I gotta try to get by and see her because I need her assistant with something. So I told her that I'm gonna try to catch up with her maybe later in the week, hopefully by Friday or Saturday, when things kind of calm down. Because I know, like I said, Wednesday and Thursday I have a project. I got to go out of town for about 2 days. But I got to catch up with her as well. Okay, you'll be with me. Okay, okay. That's who I got to try to get with as well. So I'm sure that I'll see you around a little bit later. Um, I am sure that I will. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly for stopping by, showing Dr. J a little bit of love. Thank you. And I will see you um within a few hours. Within a few hours. Like I said, I gotta stop, and I got to shift. I gotta go and shift gears and head on a different direction. But I at least wanted to get up here um and do what I need to do, or do what I do on this channel right here. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. Hearts, 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 hearts. sent out to you all. And I'm going to go ahead and get ready to tune out for now. Hopefully I get a chance to come back tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is Tuesday. Nothing happens. Hopefully I will get a chance to come back on for a few minutes. Hopefully 60 minutes tomorrow or so. So with that being said, I'm going to say bye for now. Continue to have a marvelous Monday. Later.